Good afternoon, my crafty friends. How you doing today? And once again, I hope you're having a wonderful day. So my name is Judy Menlove, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Markham, Ontario, Canada. So it's a little on the chilly side here today. Well, chilly, fall's kind of coming, I guess. So I think it's going up to 19 today. No, that's 19 Celsius. So yeah, it's a little cool. So we're not used to it, that's all. So anyways, I don't think I have anything for you guys today. So no announcements. There's a new paper pumpkin. That's a Christmas theme. So if you're interested in the paper pumpkin, let me know. If you're not sure what a paper pumpkin is, it's a kit. Hang on one second. It's a kit. It comes in a little paper pumpkin box, and there's a new one every month. Okay, so you can subscribe to that. Anyways, if you want more information about that, let me know. I'm just gonna see if I can get this to come up on my iPad to make sure I don't miss any comments. If you pop on, please say hi and let me know where you're from. And if you're watching the replay, please also say hi and where you're from. Okay, I've got it here. I don't know. No, it's not working. There we go. All right. We're working now, I think. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so we're going to talk about the one-horse open sleigh suite, okay? And again, you won't find this in any catalog. It's only available online, and you can find it under Stampinup.ca. And if you look, there's a little box there, and it will say online exclusives, okay? And that's where you'll find it. All right, hang on, I'm going to turn the camera down. Maybe. Let's see what we got here. And, oops, wrong one. Okay. Let's go up a little bit more. Oh, I know, it always takes me so long to organize this. I don't know why. Other people do it in 2 minutes. I don't know why I can't. Obviously, there's a trick to it that I haven't figured out yet. Okay, so, all right. So this is I will start with the paper. The paper is beautiful. Okay, so I'll just show you this. It comes in, you got 48 sheets. They are 6 by 6, and there's 4 sheets of 12 different designs. Okay, so this is one, and that's on the back side. I mean, these are just, they're beautiful. And some reds, all little snowy scenes. Love this one. My iPad's lagging behind, so I can't really see what's going on, but I like this one too, eh? You're kind of looking down on it. I mean, these are just so, so pretty. Look at this little deer. He's so cute. We're going to use him today. This one's going a bit of a hill. These trees actually kind of freak me out. They look kind of spooky to me. I don't know. To me, this should be more Halloween than Christmas type of thing. They just, I don't know. They look spooky. I don't know what it is, but anyways, this one looks like a snowstorm with a fox here. Yeah, that's on the other side. And then we have this one, and that's on the other side. All right, so those are the papers. This is the stamp set. Okay, so you get a sleigh and the horse, a little bunny, and some, twig thing, and a little tree. Wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year, sending warmth your way and joyful. And I think these are little snowflakes. I'm not sure. Oh, and then you get this little, also this little, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what this is. I can't think of the word, but you know what this is. Okay. And each one of these, there are dies to cut it out. Even this, there's a die to cut it out. Okay. So there's 10 stamps in that. And there are 9 dies in the matching horse and sleigh dies. Okay. So you get these little guys that will cut out snow. And this will cut this branchy thing out. This little thing here puzzled me for a few minutes until I figured out, yeah, this is it here. It actually goes on the sleigh. Okay, now these pictures here are only showing at 80%, but that's kind of where it goes on the sleigh. So who knew? Took me a while to figure that out. Cuts the bunny out, cuts this tree out, and the sleigh, and an extra sleigh runner. Kind of looks like that. Okay. All right, so that's that. So I've got a few cards today. I have some really, really simple ones. Okay, so we've got this one. I said I was going to use the deer. So I've got a piece of Early Espresso cardstock. And again, it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we'll just give it a nice press. And this was a 6 by 6 piece of paper. And I just cut it down so that it would fit on here. So I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay. And then we're just going to glue it on. Easy peasy. So what's everybody up to? Anything exciting? No comments, no nothing. Geez, guys. Okay. Actually, I meant to stamp this first, but I didn't, so that's okay. I have a Merry Christmas. The stamp here I'm going to use from the Brightest Glow stamp set, which was in last year, well, it's in this year's annual catalog. Okay, so I need my Early Espresso ink. Yes, and you might want to remember to stamp this before you glue it on, because if I make a mistake, I'm kind of done. So we'll just kind of put it there. There we go. That looks good. Oh, I still need that. And I have a stamp here that says something about the new year and a happy new year. So I'm just going to stamp this. Where's my mat? You know, you guys know I have to have my silicone mat. Okay. So I'll just ink this up in the same Early Espresso. I'll just add that there. And that will go on the inside of the card. Let me just wipe my stamp off here, because I'm going to reuse it. And I will wipe this one off as well. There we go. Okay, and I'll just glue this one inside. And the card is done. Wow, don't get any easier than that, eh? Okay, then I've got these snowflakes. These are the adhesive backed snowflake assortment. So you get gold and copper and white. Okay, so I put the gold on here. I think I'm going to try the copper. And I don't know if I'll like it, but I'm going to do it anyways and see what I get. Whoop! Boy, he flew off. We'll put him in the trees here. Oh, wow. This one's just flying everywhere. Okay, and then I've got one of this size. I'll put him down here. And do I have any more? Oh, I got a great big one. Nah, I think I'll just put another little one on. And maybe we'll just put him over here. Okay, so there is the copper snowflakes and there is the gold snowflakes. Still think I like the copper better. Anyways, that card is done. That was pretty easy. Hey, what do you guys think? Okay, let's get rid of this. All right, this card, I got this one from, I'm casing Patty Bennett. She's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And I saw how she did this, and I actually really liked it, so I thought I would copy it. I think she used different paper. But, okay, so this one I did in Misty Moonlight. This one I'm going to do in the Boho Blue. So I've got all these pieces here. So, and again, this was a 6x6 piece, and I cut it down. I looked at it and decided what I wanted. I needed to have a lot at the bottom to put the sleigh, right? So I couldn't chop it off here because I needed some room here for that. Okay. So let's just go ahead and glue this on. This one's also a pretty quick card. I did do some of the prep, but not a lot. Oh, this card is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. All right, because I have a problem with the cards that go this way. Whenever I stand them up, they always just fall and flatten out. So I don't know, I just don't like them. But that's me. All right. So this piece again is cut at, I've left just a small margin around the outside on the card. So this would be only 1/8 of an inch smaller, which would mean this would be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. And then we're going to take the horse and sleigh, and we're going to stamp it up in the Misty Moonlight also. So this is just kind of giving it, see, it looks like the sun's kind of going down, or it's bright, but we're in a lot of shadows. Okay, so now remember, if your stamp is big, you don't want to go like this. You want to bring your ink to the stamp. Okay, so ink that up. That looks pretty good. And we're going to cut it out, so I don't really care if it's crooked or not. There we go. Looks good. And let me just wipe him off, because again, I might use him again. Yes, I've taken my, oh, I don't know if you can see, I've taken my stamp chamois and I've cut it in pieces, so on the large ones, I can actually wipe them off easier. I think I'm just about due for a new one. This one's looking pretty gross. Okay, now what do I do with my dies? So I need to cut this out. So let's put that. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I cut this out. Actually, you know what? I have a piece of tape here. I'll come back and show you how you line this up as best you can. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to put one there and one back here. Okay, and I'm just going to run it through my cut and emboss machine. Okay. Take my my tape off. And there we go. Okay, so Patty Bennett, remember I said this was her card. So what she did was she glued 3 pieces together. So I've already die cut 2 and glued them together. And now I'm just going to glue this one on. Don't want too much glue, but I want to make sure there's glue everywhere so it will stick well. Just gonna put a little bit over here and all down each one of these. Needs a little more glue there. A little more glue there. Okay, that looks good. It's actually really easy to glue on. Just line it, and because you're using glue, you've got a few minutes to play with it and manipulate it if it's not right. Maybe not a few minutes, a couple seconds, more like it. All right, there we go. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that on there like that. Oh, no, wait, we got to put the snow on. Almost forgot about the snow. So we're going to, am I still on camera? Yeah, I have a tendency to go off camera constantly, so I have to keep checking that. All right, so I cut the snow out with this die. Whoops. And I'm just going to put it right at the bottom of the designer series paper. And then we're going to glue the other one as well. So I went to the doctor today and got my second shingles shot. So hopefully I'm good. Hopefully I'm good. I'm just waiting until we have to go for another COVID shot. Okay, now we can glue the horse on. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna glue them on because we've got the 3 layers, so we don't need to pop them up, right? I mean, you can just do the 1 layer and pop them up if you'd like, but I kind of like this idea. I might actually do it more often too, you never know. Again, I want to make sure I get glue everywhere. Just like my dimensionals, right? I put them everywhere. Okay. Yeah, we'll just kind of, he's trudging along in the snow here. There we go. And I need a piece of paper now. Let me see. Well, you know what? I'm going to stamp it first in, what does this say? Wishing you a season of cheer. So we're going to stamp that in the Misty Moonlight. There we go. No, I'm going to leave that open for a sec. I'll clean my stamp off. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's good enough. Okay. And I'm going to take, well, maybe I'll cut it first. Let me get my trimmer here. And that looks pretty good. Yeah, I might trim that a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to get my scissors. And I'm just gonna cut it off like that. And like that. All right. And then I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. And I've got my blending brush. Okay, so see how this is quite white? And I've just slightly colored it here with the Misty Moonlight. So you get a little bit on your brush and then brush some off because you don't want it too dark. And you want to start off your piece. Oh, good enough. And that is that one done. Okay, let me get rid of that and that. Get rid of this. Okay, I think it looks better than just the white, just kind of blends in a little bit better. And I'm just going to pop this up. I thought about cutting 3 pieces and putting them on 2, but it was just easier, just easier to do this. So we'll just use the dimensionals. Do you guys have any questions about anything, or are y'all good? Okay, we'll just put that up there. And I think I put something in here, yes, and a Happy New Year. So we'll take that stamp again in the Misty Moonlight. Nope, that's not it. And a Happy New Year. Now remember, we want the paper to go this way because the card's going sideways. There. And we'll just clean that stamp. Close the ink up. Bum, bum, bum. And put some glue on this and glue that on the inside, and then we'll be done that card. I got a lot of glue on this piece. I think I stamped that a little bit crooked, but that's okay. All right, so here's this one in the, I added snowflakes on this one, but you can't really see them, so I don't think I'm going to bother. Anyway, this one was done in the Misty Moonlight base card, and this one was done in the what did I say it was? Boho Blue. So I don't think you can really even see the difference. Like, one doesn't look any different than the other to me. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyways, okay, that's that one. And this one I cased from one of my Team Stick sisters, who's a demonstrator in Newfoundland, Maureen Power. Okay, so I'm using a piece of, what am I using here? Pool Party. And we'll just give this a good crease here. I was going to do dimensions and I forgot. So I have cut off 1.5 inches. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind after I did this card. I cut off 1 3/4 inches. I did 1.5 here, and the one I'm doing now is 1 3/4 inches. Okay, so I cut off 1 3/4 inch strip. All right. So then this is a piece of the DSP. And again, I've cut this down. So this flap here is 2.5 by 5.5. So I cut this to, be 2.5. Just a minute, I have to think here. 2.5. So that was 2.5. 2 3/8. I cut it 2 3/8 by 5 3/8. So I've only got basically 1/8 of an inch around. Okay, so I'll put some glue on this. I told you these cards are pretty easy. Who isn't all about easy for making Christmas cards, really? You have so many to do. Do you guys all mail your Christmas cards? Do you mail Christmas cards, or do you just send email greetings, or what do you do? Comment and let me know. Oh, thank you, Robbie. So you like the idea of stacking them? Yes, I know. I think that's a great idea. I think I'm going to start to do that more often. Sometimes I don't like the dimensionals. And it feels, you know, like it feels nice too. And then it doesn't all get scrunchy. So anyways, something, an alternative you have there. Okay, so we've done that one. All right, so I've taken a piece of vellum, just plain white vellum, and I ran it through the, let me grab this here, the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. Okay, so this folder starts with a few snowflakes and gets heavier as it goes down, but I wanted it pretty even, so I put my paper in this way so that it would be all heavy pretty much everywhere. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you emboss it. It's quite pretty, actually. So if you haven't embossed vellum before, you might want to give it a try because it actually is quite pretty. Now, admittedly, it does look better on a darker piece. Okay. Kind of gets lost almost on my pool party, but that was the color that went with everything, so that's what I had to use. All right, so my vellum is 2 inches by 5 3/8. Okay, and then I've got a piece of white for the inside as well, and it is 5 3/8 by 2 1/4. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here, and I'm going to attach my vellum, because we all know you can't attach vellum. If you put glue on vellum, you'll be able to see it. So, and I'm just going to put that, you know what, let me go this way. I just want a little bit, just a little bit on the edge. That looks pretty good. Okay, and you're going to want to hold this for a minute, because now that I've done the embossing and it's got little hard dots all over it, you need to hold it for a couple of seconds. Okay, and then that will go in like that. So we might as well do that, right? Yeah, see, still not. Just needs to be held for another minute. If you're doing a couple of things, you could just put a block on top of it and let it sit for a couple of minutes. But since we're doing this step by step, all right, so my glue's starting to come out fast. Okay, so, and I'm just going to put a little bit down here. And again, remember, you don't want to put any glue on the vellum, because you'll be able to see it. Okay, and then we'll put that in there. Looks like I should have cut, I didn't glue that very well. Anyways, good enough. Every time I say good enough, my husband goes, "What is good enough?" You can't believe it, because normally I just get frustrated and say, "Oh," and I just throw it in the garbage. But because I've been wasting a lot of stuff lately, now I just say, yeah, good enough, good enough. Nobody will know that doesn't craft, right? They'll just think it's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I took the tree die, or the bush die, whatever it is here, okay? And I put a piece of adhesive backing on it, okay? See the adhesive strip here I put on? So that made it easier to cut out. Well, not to cut out, but it'll be easier to glue on. So if you're using the adhesive, make sure whatever machine you're using, you run it through 5 or 6 times, because you want to look at the back and make sure that it is all totally cut. Quite often, because of it's thicker, if it doesn't go through, it's really hard to peel. So let's see how well I did with this one. See, even though I've gone through numerous times. Okay. Get that off. Get that off. And then it gets tangled up in the paper as well, but it's still easier than gluing. I got one piece left there. There we go. Okay. And then you can just take your, well, that's already coming off. Just take your, take a pick tool and just kind of get it started here. Like that. And then just peel it all off and you're done. And it's sticky everywhere. All right, so yeah, I think we'll just put this down here like that. And we'll hold this again for a minute because of all the bumps. Okay, so I've got some snow. I have a big piece and a little piece. So I'm gonna line it up about here, and then you know what? I'm just gonna cut it off here. I just want it to kind of go and line it up to the edge there, to the edge here. So it will kind of go like that. All right, so we'll glue this on. My stomach seems to be grumbling a little bit, so if you hear it, I do apologize. I shouldn't be hungry. I did have lunch. Now I'm just going to use my tweezers so I don't get glue all over me. And kind of line it up like that. And then I've got the little one that I cut. So there are two snowbanks here. There's a bigger one and a smaller one. So I'm just gonna put him up maybe like that. And again, I'm gonna cut this one as well, right about there. And we'll put some glue on him too. Oh, that might be too much. So let me just wipe some of this glue off, because otherwise it's going to seep out everywhere. Yeah, I just take a scrap piece of paper here and wipe off some of the glue. And throw that in the garbage right away so I don't get it stuck somewhere. Okay. And let me see, he'll just kind of, yeah, he'll kind of go there. That looks good. All right, so now we have our little snowbanks and our little tree. And I have this little thing cut out. So this circle is from the Radiating Stitches dies. If you don't have this, again, this is another online exclusive. If you don't have this, you really need to get it. I love this. I use it all the time. This is a great, it just gives it all these little lines, and I just love it. So might be something to think about if you don't have it. So you can see all the stitch lines here. Okay. All right, so now let me see. I did try stamping this in Pool Party, Balmy Blue. I don't know. I tried 3 or 4 inks, and I don't know. I think I got stuff on there. in the end, I decided to go with Lost Lagoon. The pool party was just too late. I didn't like it. So I'm going with Joyful. So we're just going to ink that out. And again, I used the Lost Lagoon. You know, I have a little spot here that I think is glue. And since I'm making more of a mess, I think I'll just put some sort of rhinestone or something there. Okay, there's the Joyful. And we'll pop him up as well. And just, I'm going to use the small dimensionals because I want to use 3. And there isn't, well, there is enough room for 3 big ones, but I think the minis will be just fine. All right, and then we'll just pop that up there like that. Da-da-da, there we go. Okay, so this one, I used the adhesive backed glitter sequins. This is from the mini catalog. Okay, don't know that I like it, but anyways, I did that. This one, I'm going to use the Glossy Dots assortment and use the pool party, and then we'll see which one we like better. So I have to put one right in that spot there because I made a mess. And no, I think I'll just stick with the small ones. And I think I'll just put one down here. And whoops, oh, maybe, oh, is there glue on there? Yep. Sometimes when you pull them off, you leave the glue behind. And we'll put him over here. There we go. Yes, I think I like the blue much better. What do you think? Seems to show up a little bit more. All right, so that is card number 3. And I don't think I'm going to do card number 4 because we've already done 40 minutes, but I will show you this one. So this is this one. And the reason I don't want to show you this one is because it took me hours. I had to color. I'm not a good colorist. I have no idea what I'm doing. I will fess up to that. So I used, I don't know how many of my blends, and I just kept coloring and coloring. He was supposed to be quite light. Now he ends up to be kind of copper. So anyways, I can give you the gist of it. So we use the Misty Moonlight, and I use this paper again. Just cut 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it would be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and you know what? I'll just give you a quick piece of paper, and we'll ink this up. Okay. All right, so now I don't like this, that it's kind of spotty. I don't know if you can see that. Let me hold this up. I have to wait now because my iPad's lagging behind. Yeah, see how it's not real solid there? So what I can do is just take my black blend, which is somewhere in here. Hopefully this is it. Yes. So this is the, oh, just a minute, I dropped something. This is the, I just used the light basic black, and I just kind of colored it in here so that it's quite black and it's all colored. Okay, and then I did the same with this one. Okay, now if his hat has not turned out, I would have colored that as well, but his hat looks fine, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, Robbie mails cards. Well, that's good. I'm glad you do that for Christmas. Yeah. How many cards do you mail, Robbie? Lots or? I only mail about, I don't know, 40 or 50. So it's not like I don't, yes, I don't want to mail hundreds. Okay, so here's all the here's all the blends I used. But we won't use that many now. We'll just do it real quick. So I started with, I think, the dark cherry cobbler, and just kind of, and again, it's not going to be perfect because I'm not a colorist. I just kind of, I mean, hey, I did look at other people's pictures and try to figure out what they did. And that's all I can do. And then I did I think I did Real Red. What's this one? Where's my Real Red? Okay. And then this is dark Real Red. So I just kind of blended that in a bit. And some up here. And then we took the light Real Red. Even though these caps look pink, I always get confused. And just kind of blended it all in. So it does have a bit of shading. Okay. And again, if it's too dark, you can always take your color lifter. All right. And take a little bit out. Okay. All right. So, and then the horse, I don't want to spend all day here coloring because you guys probably want to go. So yeah, just use 2 or 3. You can just leave it white if you want. This thing I got very confused on as well. I couldn't tell which was a blanket, which wasn't a blanket with this thing. I mean, I can see this is a muff. And their faces and their hands, I colored in one of these, what are they called? Not neutral, natural colors. So I used the light 900. And that's what I used for his hand, just if you're wondering what I did, and their faces. All right. His hat, I colored in red. Find it somewhere here. I think and I pretended it was like a Santa hat. So I just left the white pom-pom. Her, I colored in some purples. Here, let me just show you here. Okay, did a little bit of shading. Again, there's the end of the blanket, but the rest of it, I'm assuming the whole thing is a blanket, but honestly, I don't know. If you guys know, I sure would like somebody to tell me because I'm not sure. And then the horse, I just kept, yeah, don't forget to color this part. And yeah, you want to color this part here. In the red or whatever color you're using. You may be using blue or purple. I have no idea. And this part here. And I just went out of the lines. And then I just kind of kept, what's this one? This is the light 700 of the neutrals. And then I just kind of, you know, I don't know, just colored where the shading was there, down there. And he's going to be dark under there because there's going to be a shadow. There's going to be a little bit of a shadow there because he's got lots of hair. Some in the mane. And actually, I think I colored, I have an 800 here somewhere. Yeah, and I also use the 800. So I'll just kind of color him. Again, I'm doing this very quickly, so. And don't forget his legs. And actually, you know what? He actually looks fine like that. You know? Can have a little bit of a darker bum there. I think that looks just fine. And then you might want to give him a little bit of black for his shoes. Yes, they wear shoes too, right? All right. Okay, I'm not going to color the people, but you get the idea. Okay. So, and then you would just cut that out and adhere it to the card. And again, my sending warmth your way was, again, I took the blending brush and brush it on the paper. Okay. So, hey, Rose, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Okay, so that is all I've got today. Put all this away here, and I will bring my cards back. So we did this one, and we did this one. Where's my bone folder? So let's see if I can get this one to kind of stay closed a little bit more. There we go. Don't need that. So that one, and where's my other one? Oh, it's buried. Buried. And that one with the copper. And I'll just bring this one back in to show you. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed my cards, and you're welcome, Robbie. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, and Rose, you'll catch me on the rewind. That's fine. And hopefully I will see you guys back here next Wednesday. Oh no, will I see you? I'm not sure if I will be available on Wednesday or not. So I will leave a message on my Facebook page and let you know. If you don't see anything, then you know I'll be here, but I may have to cancel. So we'll see. All right, you guys have a great day, and talk to you soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye now.